Right, here we are. My name is Sherry Fredericks. Welcome to the Dream Achievers weekly Zoom call. We have a special guest tonight. Jacki Pitkow, all the way from Philadelphia, is going to be inspiring us about Instagram. So I'm so excited about that. But before we get into the Instagram, we just have a couple things. It is the top of the month, so I always like to do recognition. So I'm going to share screen. I know you guys saw this. That's not what I want to do. On the team page, but I want to remind you. Can you guys see this? There you can. For the month of March, Angie Schaefer sold over $6,000 from. She was the top seller for our entire team. So in a minute, Angie, I'm going to have you tell us what you did. You can see Kim at almost 5. And do we have anybody else here? Katie, oh, look at you, my dear friend. You're number 9. Congratulations, Katie. So we'll ask you in a minute too, because that's out of a team of 650 consultants. So quickly, Angie, what did you do to sell $6,000 in 1 month?
It was mostly online parties and 2 fundraisers. So probably 10 online parties and 2 fundraisers.
Well, wonderful. That's fantastic. How much did the fundraisers come to? Like 4,000? Like both of them? Like
no. Let's see. One fundraiser hit 1,000 and another one hit maybe like 1,200.
Okay. Still, I'll take it.
Yeah, they were good.
So good deal. Well, congratulations.
Especially one I just kind of threw together. So I saw post prom needed some money and I'm like, well, let's just do one. We started the next day and there we go. That's what's so awesome about online.
Isn't that the best? Good for you. Post prom, there might be other people out there that need that. Keep your ears open, guys. So good. Thank you, Angie. How about you, Katie? To over 3,000. What'd you do, Katie?
I had 6 or 7 online parties.
Is that more than normal?
For sure. How many?
What was that?
I had 6 or 7 online parties.
Wow, is that more than you normally do, or is that what you normally do in a month?
Between 4 and 5 is normal.
Yeah, so you were above normal. Well, look at you.
I have 5 again this month.
Oh, that's awesome. You're on a roll, Katie. You are the next Angie Schaefer.
That's right.
Well,
I'm sorry, Katie.
All right, let's look at another. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to show you. I need to put this like in a different something. Okay, let's look at sponsoring for the month of March. Desiree's not on, but Desiree was kind of gone for a little while, and she is back. And she sponsored 3 people. And then we got Angie who sponsored 2, and Sheila who sponsored 2. So we got you 2 rock stars on here. Sheila, we're going to ask you, how did you sponsor 2 people in 1 month?
Well, Cody was a referral from another consultant who isn't sponsoring currently.
Okay.
And Joy was a referral from HQ. She lives not too far from me, so they gave me her name as she showed some interest. So
I love it. So 2 in 1 month. Well, way to go, you guys. Direct sales is you have a successful business in direct sales when you sponsor. So way to make that part of your pedal on your bicycle happen. Okay, the last thing I just want to remind everybody is we had some pretty darn cool promotions. And Angie, again, I want to congratulate you on your promotion to gold. That is so absolutely cool. Angie, that is awesome.
Thank you.
Do you want to say anything how you achieved that? I know your team was really behind you and you've been working it. And
Yeah, just that's really it. Just online parties, ask people to join. And then my team is so awesome. They're just like, yeah, we'll do it. We got it. And went to town. So
that is fantastic.
Very lucky.
Yeah. You got a nice little bonus with that. Do you remember how much that was?
500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$500.
Woohoo!
Plus free party palooza, plus now that it'll be gold, you have a chance at the quarterly promotion bonus too,
Mhm.
so. A
Yeah.
lot of really cool things. Plus at
Totally.
Party Palooza, hopefully we'll have that red carpet thing and you'll get to be a part of that.
Mhm.
So lots of fun things. Okay, well, congratulations, Angie, that's huge.
Thank you.
Gold achiever. Then I don't think Debbie and Sarah are on the call with us tonight, but perhaps they'll listen to the recording. So we want to congratulate Debbie Jensen and Sarah Berg as far as their promotion to copper. So that is just fantastic as well. Okay, so I am going to stop share and I just let a couple more people in. Because we spent some time on the recognition, we're gonna skip over victories unless someone has something they just have to spit out.
Can I spit out really quick?
Okay, Katie, you spit out. What's up?
On April 1st, I posted a little, we'll call it a fundraiser thing, but it was give back. So I don't know if you know much about South Dakota, but right now we're going up in fires like crazy.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to give back to the firefighters. And so I posted that, I have so many pop-ups right now. I posted that you can sponsor a firefighter, and today I just got my last one, so I'll be ordering 33 kits for the firefighters. It's going to be a beer bread and the 3 seasoning samples.
Nice. That's great, Katie. Are you putting it together in a cute little bag or something, or what are you?
Yeah, I did it for the police officers in town in January.
Well, you need to take a picture of that and share that on the team page if you would, Katie.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, congratulations. So that helped in your sales as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
a pin right away.
Way to give back. That's a great victory. Thank you for sharing. All right, so just a couple announcements, and then I want to get to Jackie, our keynote speaker on Instagram. So announcements. Don't forget about that T-shirt incentive that Tastefully Simple is promoting. It looks like a beautiful T-shirt. Who doesn't like free? And that is when you reach 1,200 in sales. And I'm pretty sure all of you here on this Zoom call will be able to do that. The button is first. I can't remember if that's at 400 or something. And then the T-shirt is what I'm most excited about. So that's at 1,200. Don't forget about our EFIT challenge. You can go back on some of the screens or the posts on the team page. And if you have any questions, ask me. But the EFIT challenge will be from April 15th through May 15th. So check out the posts on that. I'll continue to promote that. We also, starting today, have the Simply 5 cooking challenge. I don't have it in front of me, but basically the stir fry with the mango grill sauce. It was really good. I make stir fry all the time. I did alter my veggies because I'm not a big broccoli fan, but that's the joy of our recipes, you guys. You don't have to follow it to a T. So does anybody remember what the grand prize is of the Simply 5 cooking challenge?
Party Palooza.
Heck yeah. I only do that once a year, and that's a pretty big prize. So I'm really excited. Remember, look at the details. It goes for a month. If you don't have the Simply 5 meal kit, you can still get it, or you can just take from your product that you have on your shelf or your kitchen and make those recipes. So, all right. Well, I'm very excited to introduce Jacki Pitkow, who is a gold leader and has been with Tastefully Simple for 14 years. I got to know Jacki and Seth, her husband, when we earned, I think it was the last gold leaf trip, Jacki, when we went to Puerto Rico.
That was an awesome trip.
And there were like only 6 of us or something. It was
That was
really,
an experience I'll never forget.
yeah, it was a real intimate group, and we stayed at the El Conquistador Resort in Puerto Rico. Some of you maybe went there when we went there on our 10-year anniversary with Tastefully Simple, but absolutely gorgeous, and it was super fun, Jacki. We had a great time. So that was a really great opportunity for me to get to know Jacki better. And then just through the years, you know, it's one of the joys of our leadership conferences and on Party Palooza, and is to get to know all these wonderful people from across the nation. Okay, so Jacki lives, I told you, in Philadelphia, but she lives in Washington Crossing.
Yes, Washington crossed the Delaware, right where I am. So, yeah, they had some battles out here and way before my time, right?
I would,
So, but it's a very residential area with some historic properties in the county, and so yeah, I'm north of Philadelphia, and
okay.
I am a New Jersey native, but born in New York.
Oh, you are a New Jersey native. I didn't realize that.
Yes, yes. Until I met my husband, and then he brought me over to the next state, to Pennsylvania.
Brave you over. All right. Well, before Jackie starts, I want to share a fun fact. She said, I love coffee. I've loved the flavor ever since I can remember, perhaps as early as 7. Yeah, look at her coffee bar. My friends know I need coffee now before I start my day. Yeah, that's awesome. Jackie.
Yeah, usually when we go to conference, I have to make sure I know the coffee situation. Do I need to bring coffee with me, or is there a good coffee shop? It doesn't have to be Starbucks. Is there a good coffee shop like that I can get to pretty quickly?
Jackie, you love coffee as much as I love my iced tea.
There you go.
If you know me very well, I have an iced tea. I'm a sweet iced tea drinker. Anyway, without any more rocking it on my end, I'm gonna let Jackie. I really thought it would be fun to learn more about Instagram. And Jackie and I talked a couple weeks ago about maybe what she was gonna share. But I'm just gonna let you run with it, Jackie, because I did ask her, and I don't know where you want to go with this, but I said, do you think Instagram has made a difference for your business? But I don't know how you want, you just go ahead, Jackie, and then we'll leave time at the end. We'll be done at 8:30, and then if we want to stick on longer, we can. So Jackie, however you want to roll with it.
Sure. And just know that I have a PDF that I'm going to upload to your group afterwards, with just some of the things that I'm saying. I decided not to do a visual because I think it would take me too long. Like, I just think I would go on forever and ever. But I am curious, even though I did the poll in the group and I have the stats, but I don't know who answered it and who's here on the meeting. For who's here, you can just kind of raise your hand. Do you have an Instagram account? So if you have an Instagram account, keep your hand up. And then, are you using Instagram for your business? Keep your hand up still. Yeah, Angie, come on. I know you're my techie friend then. So yeah. So why Instagram? Let me stay focused. I'm sorry. I have the clock in front of me too. So I am known for being a little bit more of a techie person. So I do like the techie side, but I like the visual aspect also of Instagram. So Instagram, I didn't even look what year it was created, but I did look to see when my account was created on Instagram. And so, I've been selling Taste Way Simple for almost 14 years. My Instagram account was created in 2012. Okay. So shy of 10 years there. And Instagram was not initially owned by Facebook. It was its own entity, but Instagram is owned by Facebook now. So you may or may not have known that, but it still kind of has its own look and feel to it. So you can bring up Instagram either on your phone through the app, which is the best recommendation. And you can type instagram.com in a browser window and bring up Instagram that way, but it doesn't work as doesn't have all the bells and whistles on the browser as it does in the app on your phone. So Instagram's available on basically all devices. So whether you use Android or you use iOS, Apple, you can get to Instagram. And so, why Instagram? I feel actually the more I was thinking about it is not only can you reach a different market potentially, is you can also reach, I feel, more of a local market. I feel on Facebook, you think you would be able to reach your local market, and you probably can. But I feel that on Instagram, that you really can drill down even more local, because you can tag on Instagram. And I know I'm jumping way ahead, and I can continue to answer questions after today's Zoom, of course. But you can tag your city, you can tag a location, you can look up a city, look up a location, and see visually what's going on there. and what interests people in that area. So you can look up Alexandria, you can look up Philadelphia, and you can see what the community, hopefully it's good photos, are interested in. So I think that has become more of an interest for me, because Facebook, I feel almost like it's phishing, like I'm not phishing like bad spam, but like that I'm just throwing things out there and hoping it's going to catch something, that it's going to work. And for some reason on Instagram, I feel it's a little bit more specific. And I think if you use Instagram, or you do start using it in the future, that you'll hopefully see this a little bit more. And I was looking at the demographics a little bit, and this is getting a little detailed, so I'm going to keep it big picture. And you can run Google searches as well to kind of get this information. So I am kind of generalizing here. But Instagram tends to be a slightly younger demographic than Facebook, just a little bit. Instagram, a little bit more in the 18-year-old to the 30s. And it does go outside of that range. I am outside the 34-year-old range by a little bit. And so I'm definitely outside of the demographics of a lot of the tools that are out there, but I still use them and have learned how to use them, because my market is not necessarily outside of that demographic. So a little younger on Instagram. Facebook, as we may know this, it goes a little bit slightly older, but not as old as you may think. 25-year to 34-year-olds is still the heart of Facebook. Instagram has more of a female population, I think, because of the visual. I think I'm generalizing here. I think females are a little bit more visual oriented. And even though Facebook still is made up of images, it is a lot more text, right? There's a lot more writing, bigger post. So I think that's some of the differences as well. So Facebook has a little bit more male population on it. And then I just thought I'd throw out there, out of curiosity, is anyone on TikTok? It's okay if you're not. I just thought I'd bring it up. TikTok is fun. What can I tell you? I've done very little business on it. It's more for, I have cats. I watch cat videos and food videos and other fun stuff. But the point being, that demographic, also, as you may know, a little younger, 16-year-olds to 24 is more the demographics on TikTok, just to give you something to refer to, and definitely more female. Though from watching videos, I'm seeing a mix. I'm not necessarily noticing that, but so more female on Instagram, more on TikTok, and a little bit less on Facebook, if that helps you. From your voting in your group, a lot of you mentioned that you have a personal account. So with Instagram, you can have a personal account. That means you don't have any of the fringe benefits a business account has. What that means is kind of like on Facebook, when you need your person, it's a little different, but on Facebook, you do things as a person, right? But you also have a business page, and your business page, if you have one, has certain tools and bells and whistles to it that your personal account does not, right? So a page lets you reach a broader audience. If you ever wanted to do an ad, you're not acting as you as a person, you're acting as your business. So I kind of look at that, take that over to Instagram, where it's similar. The business account on Instagram has those bells and whistles. It has insights. You can see the community of people that you're reaching, meaning, are they in Philadelphia? Are they in Minnesota? Are they in South Dakota? Are they in California? Are they male? Are they female? Are they 35? Are they 18, 24? You do get some of that information and insights. And so that can be very helpful to you in regards to your post. If you could totally ignore it, or you could totally use that information and try to work with it and see about how you're going to post on Instagram. And so I find that kind of fascinating, that you can kind of control what you're putting out there based on who's looking at your information on Instagram. So I mentioned a personal account and a business account. So when I share the file for you for a little bit more guidance on how to set up an account, I don't really want to go into those minor details at the moment. You can also go into Get Social, and there's training there on how you can set up your account. I did look through most of the information there, and it really does walk you through if you wanted to set up an account. So I'm going to leave that to those types of training pieces that are out there for you. So you can have on Instagram, you can have a personal account and you can have a business account. Okay. But they're separate. They don't connect like they do on Facebook. So I do have a personal account on Instagram, and my personal account is about my community. It's about coffee. It's about my cats, my family. And then my business account, sure, it might touch on that a tiny bit, but it really is more about Tastefully Simple. And so I believe in using a business account on Instagram. You can choose to use personal. You're going to miss the bells and whistles. You can change a personal account to a business account. So you can flip back and forth. A personal account can be public and a personal account can be private. It's not totally hidden, but the posts are hidden. You have to be connected, a follower, to be able to see the post. A business account is always public. So you cannot have a business account and not hide, you can't hide your post. So okay, so what type of content are you posting on Instagram? And again, I'm trying to keep this broad and keep moving along here. I probably do 80 to 90% of my own photos on my business account, meaning I made something and I took a picture, and it doesn't have to be some like elaborate, like, big spread on a table or a big charcuterie board or something really fancy. It can just be a bowl of soup or a beer bread or a cake that you made. I do take into account, like, again, I'm not like the master photographer here, but I try to make sure the lighting is decent. If it's a sunny day, I might utilize that a little bit more to snap a photo. I do look a little bit at how I'm taking the photo, and my family makes fun of me. They're like, can I eat that dinner now? Did you get the photo? So I definitely do take a few moments to think about when I snap that photo, and that photo might be saved for later, or I may immediately go and post that onto Instagram. But I always feel you need to put a little thought behind when are you posting, and those insights are going to help you as well. Are your people on Instagram at 9 in the morning, or at 12 in the afternoon, at 9 at night? Actually, those are some of the prime times that a lot of us see. When I also post for a business group, and if I don't post immediately in the morning for that business group, the posts just do not get any interaction during the day. So it's very interesting. If I post it in the morning, 6, 7, 8 a.m., people are interacting. But if I post it later in the day, it's not being touched. So with our accounts, also very important to look at when you're doing your post. So there might be a little bit of a theme to my account. Sometimes I notice I post like something in a bowl like 3 times, or the color might vary a little bit. And other times it's just, it worked. I just posted the image. I wanted to get up there, and I didn't overthink the way my feed looked, because I really feel the feed of all the images that you're posting is not always the most important for a lot of us. So I don't try to overthink that. It is perfectly fine to use images from Get Social. They're well designed, they're beautiful images. They work many times. You'll see if you looked at later on, look at my feed, you'll recognize some of the images, because I do it too. It might be a national day, or I want to talk about a product and I just didn't make it. I used a picture from HQ, totally fine. So I encourage you to not be frozen or not to create an account just because you feel like you can't take good pictures or you don't have the content. Definitely move forward, even if you're just starting with using photos from Get Social. You have the content at your fingertips. And then when you have a little bit of a plan, perhaps, I know I talked a little bit about taking photos when you can, and maybe think a little bit about when you can post on Instagram. And I have to admit, if you look through the dates on my feed, I've had a little bit of lag here or there, because I told myself it's okay that I got busy with other things, maybe a new catalog or other things that are going on in life. And I just couldn't post a little bit to Instagram. So I backed off a little bit. If I had more time, I probably would post about 5 or 6 times a week. I don't feel I need Tastefully Simple post every day because they should, they're, you know, the main corporation, the main business. So I think that's good. But I feel we don't need to feel pressured to post every single day, but just make sure you're posting weekly, that you're staying in the feed and in the moment, so people don't forget about you. And I'm just looking through my notes here. So if you do create or have an Instagram business account, you can have it linked to your Facebook business page. And there are notes and information for you on how that can be done. So my preference is not to post the same material at the same time on Instagram and on Facebook. And that's a whole nother discussion and we're short on time. I just feel that if I have the same people on both platforms, I don't want them to have to see the same post at the same time. They may get bored or may not look at that page anymore because of that. So again, knowing your audience, are they watching you on Facebook and are they watching you on Instagram also? And if they are, you might want to consider varying your content between the two a little bit. And a whole nother conversation is hashtags. Hashtags on Instagram are very important. You may notice Tastefully Simple's post their hashtags, and just to make sure we know what hashtags are, I don't want to assume it's using the pound symbol and then writing out a meaningful word like Tastefully Simple. So Tastefully Simple's account, they probably don't use as many hashtags these days. I actually worked on a project with them, 2.5 years ago to help them surpass 10,000 followers on their account. And I was helping them with hashtag research at that time. And what can I say in short? Hashtags are search criteria. If you don't use hashtags, it's harder for us little accounts to be found by people out there. So if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, I would say try to have at least 5 hashtags on your post. And you are allowed up to 30 hashtags. The system, Instagram lets you type in 30 hashtags. So if you had the time, then I would say definitely research up to 30 hashtags. But you're going to look at Tastefully Simple's Instagram account and you're not going to see that. But also remember, I didn't look at their count today, but I think they're like, I don't know, much higher than 17,000 or something like that. So when you have a larger following, sometimes, over 17,000. Sometimes when you have a larger following, you have a little bit more interaction and you don't need hashtags as much to be found. But us smaller accounts sometimes need a little bit more assistance. And those are search words, search criteria. So, I maybe I skipped over the why a little bit, but hopefully you can tell from my words and my interest level. I just feel that it's a different way of posting our content, is sharing it on Instagram. And I mentioned early on that we can hopefully find clients and potential consultants and work with the community a little bit more. It's easier, I think, to connect a little bit more on Instagram based on the tools that they have. So you might be able to target markets a little differently, and it's for free. You can like and follow other accounts that are meaningful to you. You don't want to overdo that, right? Just like on Facebook, if you do something too quickly, too much of it, Instagram also says, whoa, hold on, are you a spam account here? So keep that in mind as well. Yes, I have gotten some sales, and yes, I had a team member, I believe at one point, join. So I'm not saying being on Instagram has necessarily thrown a ton of business at me, but I feel it keeps me out there in the market, and it's a whole nother way to meet a whole nother platform of clients, potential clients. So I'm going to stop at that because I know I kind of reached probably.
Oh my gosh, Jackie, you did great. And wow, 8:30.
I'm watching.
I'm super impressed. I have a couple questions for you. So I do have an Instagram account, and I was really grateful to hear that I don't need to post every day. So thank you, because I haven't posted it actually in a very long time. And honestly, I don't even know, it appears that I have a business account just by, I'm looking at it right now. It says view your professional dashboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's business, but so that's nice that you said you don't have to do it every day. Cause I was like, oh my gosh, so then I wasn't doing anything, Jackie.
Sometimes putting more content isn't necessarily going to bring you more likes and follows and interaction. Sometimes a little less content that's at least thought out and
Yeah.
meaningful is going to bring that to you for any social media platform.
Excellent. Okay, well, do others of you here have a question for Jackie?
I put them asleep.
No. I thought I took notes. I thought you did a great job. Anybody else?
Hey,
have-
Jackie, I do. Thank you so much. Such good information. Have you done anything like parties on Instagram or thought about it or anything like that?
Yeah, it's funny. I am aware of, people having parties on Instagram and it's come up, but I have not dabbled in that. I just, maybe it's not my demographic, or it just hasn't been presented that way. And I just don't feel that I want to market it. I think it's a great tool that it's there. You could totally do it, but it just, I'm not excited by it. So I feel like I just kind of haven't marketed it, but definitely possible. I don't know if anyone would be very simple. Like I haven't really heard it. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that's doing it, but I just.
Yeah. I just wanted.
And there's a lot of pieces to Instagram that I didn't even talk about. I mean, time. There's you can go live. There's the whole story feature, and there's Sherry had used one of the other features, Reels or EELS, which is kind of the takeoff of TikTok. Short form video is very popular. So there's just not enough time right now.
Yeah, my daughter did that for me.
I figured I'd let you say that.
But the other thing is too, you can learn from others. If you know anybody that does isogenics, I mean, Lori Olson, holy crap, she's on Instagram all the time. But I'm just saying, you can take good and bad or whatever. But I just remember Rachel Hollis going to a conference of hers a couple years ago, and she just said, if you own a small business, you need to be on Instagram. So yeah, I think it's just another way to market your business. And anything else, Jackie, that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I could talk about stories like all day long. Like a whole another day, another meeting or something. I feel there's just like a fun like if you have just a little fun creative side, like it's an avenue to use it. And if you're not creative, it's okay, because there's so many little tools in Instagram that help you. So, but the PDF, I'm sorry,
Jackie. What did you think about the training? Because I looked at it, but Instagram better than I do on Get Social. Did you think that was?
I feel like I didn't get to the last like module or something, but I think I went through 2 or 3 out of the 4.
I went through.
Yeah, it was. I mean, a lot of it was really how to set up an account and the very basic information. I can't remember. Actually, I have it in more or less in front of me. I could see what the last.
Oh no, that's okay. But I'm glad you mentioned that. And for those of you here, if you're listening live or listening to the recording, it's a great resource for you to go check that out and Get Social under training. So
yeah, just remember, social media is changing all the time. So it could vary like a tiny bit, and just look around your screen a little bit. So if it says like the plus sign down below, the plus sign might be in the top right-hand corner type of thing.
Yeah.
So
always, that's for sure. Well, Jackie, I want to respect your time. And again, thank you so much for enlightening us on the importance of Instagram. And thank you for putting together a little sheet. I can't wait to see that.
Absolutely. I will post that momentarily for you. And
Jackie is a friend and a fellow leader, and she is on the team site. So if something does come up to you, I'm sure Jackie would be happy to answer at a later time. But Thank you so much, everybody that tuned in. Like I said, it's 8:35, it's 9:35 for Jackie. So you guys have a fantastic week and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Jackie.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Take care.